dagger, it still is something of a possibility. Timbersaw does very well against Night Stalker at the beginning, but once the silence comes out, then Timbersaw becomes pretty useless because as a right clicker he does nothing.
No ability to move.
So there are a few things. It's all about that silence from the Night Stalker. They don't want their heroes to be limited in their ability to move around. So it has to be a high mobility hero.
Alright, I just had this great thought about a carry Doom from Loader. Talk about Timbersaw. Because Dendy might try and do that in the middle lane. Because I got a feeling this is just like meant to be like, the first pick belongs to S4 here. If he takes a mid solo, he reveals most of his strat. In this scenario...
Unless the Troll Warlord is the solo mid.
True. But...
That's the beauty of the Troll Warlord. You don't know if he's going to play a 1 or 2 position.
The only thing I'll fear about it for Troll Warlord is basically if he ends up against Batrider in the mid.
Yeah, that's...
Because then I'm not seeing Troll Warlord having a great time. Crystal Maiden is going to be the last man out here by Alliance, which is... It's kind of funny because both Puppy as well as RK enjoy playing the Crystal Maiden, so...
yeah.
It's a bit of a love-hate ban there. So, S4... This hero pickup for me is going to be... Oh, okay. So we pick up the off-laner, the Bounty Hunter already.
I mean, there were not too many choices right now because it was either the Lone Druid, which Bulldog doesn't seem to favor anymore, or we have...
After the armlet change, there's just heroes that give more to the game.
Yeah.
And the Lone Druid, his timing ended up being too late now. Because by the time you get the items you require, like, you get the armlet, you're in the game straight away.
True.
And now the armlet removes your life points, you're like, oh, crap.
You have to go Maelstrom, and then suddenly it's not as good, or you
end up with
Radiance or Radiance. Yeah,
you basically delayed. It's kind of like the Weaver. You have to wait until 18 minutes before you can actually do anything right. And this scenario too, I'm wondering if this was a plan. Like, Poppy's now looking at the Bane to pick him up, and I 100% agree with this one. It's another space maker hero. That's all this is really about. Making space, and that...
Alchemist is coming.
See? Feel it, man. Feel it. It's almost like I know these two teams. But the Alchemist there, the Bane, he will still go here in the 4th pickup.
Yep.
The Nightmare, to catch out the Bounty Hunter when he's in range of a Sentry Ward, Concoction to fly through, then you take it off, Enchantress might get a Centaur into range, and you can get these kills on the off-laners. And the Bounty Hunter is also trying to get into the camps and cause some issues, which you know dmiralBulldog will do. Like, he's a thorn in your side that you can never remove. And the harder you try to remove it, the deeper he gets. So you throw down your Sentry Wards to D-Ward, also in positions that you'll find the Bounty Hunter. And that's when trouble can happen. And Enchantress and Bane will just keep pulling through the entire time. While Alchemist farms up the lane, and then Alliance say, crap, now we have to push earlier, or else the Alchemist will just out-farm us and have more money than we can really handle.
In theory, that's true, and that's what Navi wants to have. But Alliance, of course, they have their game plan as well. If you look at Troll Warlord, if you look at Chen, Bounty Hunter, they want to team fight. They will have the track goal going for everybody. If you want to jump on them, there's no big AoE on Navi so far. So the Hand of God will be highly effective because there's no way to burst everyone fast. Now they get the Rubick as well, which is traditional Rubick hero. And you know what? I'm looking at Alliance right now, and it's like Troll is kind of squishy, Chen is squishy, Bounty Hunter is squishy, Rubick is squishy. There's no Dandy hero yet. What does well against squishy heroes?
You're just waiting for the co-op, aren't you? I'm going to say Puck Dagon.
I want Pudge. I want Pudge.
The problem I have with if Pudge is picked up is if you got Shuri Toss, which is range, and you got Telekinesis. Most of those will end up cancelling the Dismember from a decent range, and S4 still got one more.
With these squishy heroes, you don't really need to channel the full Dismember. Once you get the hook and the rod, what's that? But there, it counts a Windrunner for.
Yeah, and unless that's a Koro support Windrunner,
no, I don't think
it's going to be a solo mid Windrunner pickup. While I would love to see the Pudge, and obviously everybody knows we want to see a Pudge,
of course.
In this lineup, I don't see it being as effective as someone like a Windrunner. Everyone's squishy, which means also they're very slow to maneuver. Chen is, like, he's microing everything, but it also gives 5 other million targets, like Centaurs or Trolls or whatever, to latch onto. And then you got Rubick, Troll Warlord, a guy who needs to really use his movement speed and attack all the time. Shackle latches on him, Enchantress throws out a damage, Batrider stacks his Naper, and Alchemist fights within the Toxic Spray, and then Chemical Rage, he's got all the life points in the world. Alliance need a DPS removal hero right now, and
okay, hear
a
me
life
out.
removal hero with DPS. Yep.
Yes.
All right, I'm hearing you out.
You say Navi is going for the Bane.
Yes, I would still say Navi will go for Bane.
I will say Navi goes for the Nyx Assassin. Because it fits in this lineup.
Currently, though, he's looking at a Queen of Pain.
What the hell?
That's a ban, though. That's a ban, though. Sorry,
Yeah, it's a ban.
that's a ban.
Okay.
So he takes out the club. So you're going to say they go for a Nyx
Nyx
Assassin?
Assassin, because it makes sense with the jungle Enchantress. Nyx Assassin will get quick levels by pulling and will win with the Enchantress. And then if anyone decides to rotate from that lane, he can go and get the quick level 6. And again, squishy heroes, burst down, kind of makes sense.
The only issue I have then is you're giving a lot of really big ability. Actually, no, because Bane, it goes up against Rubick, you give it one of the biggest, don't you? Yeah. You're right.
Stealing the Fiend's Grip is the second easiest thing after stealing Black Hole.
You're 100% right. So there's your Puck from S4.
Okay.
So Puck versus Windrunner. That's a fine lane.
That's fine lane.
And then Templar.
It's a support Windrunner.
And I got a funny feeling that was hook, line, and sinker, man. We were sitting here going, well, game's already happened when Windrunner was a solo mid, and then you see that like look between RK and it's just like, wait, is that EGM without his beanie? That's EGM without. Whoa! Shit just got real.
Well, he cut his hair, and now he doesn't wear a beanie anymore because he has short hair. Yeah. Look at that.
Look at the do!
Yeah.
Man, that's like a bird's nest. Wow,
he's doing well, that guy. He's a happy guy now.
Oh yeah.
Short hair.
Well, man, Dandy is a happy guy right now. I feel so trumped on this. It's like, Windrunner, solo mid, no problem. Definitely going to happen. Yeah. And then TA up and then, well, I suppose this is the boss core.
You know what, you were talking about this today. It's like, we said, Puck versus Windrunner, pretty even.
Yep.
But TA versus Puck, heavily TA.
Yeah, it heavily favors TA, not as heavily as it goes to DK, but it is definitely a big matchup. And like Puck up against the TA, what makes it such a brutal lane for the Puck is phase shift cannot be used as an evasion. Because your Cyberblade damage is a game of positioning. Basically, if you've got the quickest toes in the middle lane, you're going to win that lane. But the quickest toes will go to the Templar Assassin. The hero that's going to get phase boots up and running as early as possible, have bottle spam just like the Puck, and then the harassment damage that comes out from Puck is blocked by the refraction charges. And that's a bigger thing. Those illusionary orbs, they push the creep wave, they get you CS, but they're also meant to do damage and zone out the opposition hero. And that is something which just doesn't happen.
Absolutely. Here comes Navi, the introduction, people are happy. Now we see people sitting clumped together in the arena. It's packed.
Yeah, like we were talking about the guys at the very, very front, like they're trying to shuffle themselves in.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. Hello.
Oh, did he see him?
No, he didn't walk in far enough. He has to walk to here to see him.
Yeah.
And he has to cross that line. Puppy, everyone's just walking past Bulldog.
Like, no one knows where Bulldog is. That's an amazing spot to
They're out there, man. They're out there. Let's just get them.
Puppy is like, well, he'll be here.
Funnick's looking for the top rune. So Troll Warlord, Loda's already over there. So let's actually run through our lanes quickly too. So Loda, Invis rune on top.
That's not much use now.
For a Rubick, it's good though. And Rubick's going to come down and grab this one. So it's visible of what's going on. It just means it's going to be close towards your towers at the start. So EGM Rubick on the top with the Invis. It'll be Loda as Troll Warlord. That puts RK going jungle and no opposition in his jungle. S4 is going to go solo mid. And that leaves our long lane Admiral Bulldog Bounty Hunter. He's already thrown down the Sentry Ward to be a bit of a douchebag to the Enchantress, who is down here being played up by, of course, Puppy, who's going to do his warding again. So, should be a ward around there to check out. This time around, though, it should be in range. If he does exactly the same ward as last time, he does it the left side. He does it on the left side. If he did it the other side, he'd also remove the Observer Ward. But he has to do another one to get rid of the, like, both of his hard cams are blocked up.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be unfortunate.
And they got to kill this fast though. They got to kill this fast and back up so they can get the 1 minute spawn.
Fine. They're gonna get it. Okay. And here it comes.
All right. And I think our last lanes was Kuro, Windrunner, Phonics off. He was off lane, but obviously jungle to start with, and then Denny Solo mid TA up against S4.
Puppy has no items whatsoever. He bought everything to the ward and ward. And Bulldog will find. Bulldog can.
They saw him. They saw him clearly. He came in range of the Sentry Ward while Puppy had vision of him. Now he's out of range. That Sentry, unfortunately, it's that stupid ward which is bugged out, so you can't click on it. So I can't let you know about that. but they definitely know he's there. In fact,
Oh,
Kuro is going to reveal the fact they definitely know he's there. And he knew that too. Power Shot actually connects, but it's got 3 tangos, and top lane push from Arcade, it's just like before.
Yep.
Except it's not an undead army, it's a Hellbear Smasher. It's a tomato. It's a tomato Smasher.
Yep. And here's the thing, right? You see this push right now, and what's going to accomplish is it's going to force a rotation from the Batrider to the top lane. If the Batrider can't be there, now he will get farmed, but he will not be able to stop the push. If Chen gathers up a new creep or 2 and then starts pushing again, this is going to be a huge advantage for Alliance, something to be careful about. Now, the thing that makes me feel safe about Alliance right now, as well, not only the tower pushing, is also, even though Pac is kind of complicated to fight against a Templar Assassin, after the International 3, in which we call the $1 million coil.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, oh man, how could you ever forget that?
He's 4-0 when playing Puck. That is S4. That is the guy. So,
well, right now, he's 4-1 on the CS. So, slight irony right there. Up against a 15-8 Dandy and a Harpy in the middle as well from the Enchantress.
I hate that Harpy.
It's broken. It's broken. Ice Frog, please fix. Sorry,
maybe
Ice Frog.
Maybe in the next patch.
Yes, the Ice Rock has spoken, or at least this version of it.
Anyways, yeah, that range, that's the only thing he has. Like,
it's huge range on it. It's huge range. The mana pool on it too. It's 50 mana to do 140 damage, and there's the jump part of it too.
Yep. And also, it has 540 mana. So you can cast it 10 times.
Yep. And
the
life points. It's like we saw it now in the game with the Zeus. And Zeus was lightning bolting this. He was arc lightning it to get rid of the damn thing, and it survived like 3 arc lightnings and a storm bolt.
Yep.
And still walked away like 200 life points.
Yep.
It was ridiculous.
That Harpy is 4-second cooldown as well. No travel time on the projectile, so forget about phase shifting it. Was really strong. Fortunately for him, it was an Enchantress, so it phased out. If it was a Chen, he could have stayed there forever. And Papi is going to get the root. No, he actually denies the region.
You know how we're talking about stacks, man? Kuro is prepped a triple stack over on the side. For the pull through point. There's no initial counter pull through because dmiralBulldog Sentry will block that one up, but they don't care about that because Phonic, he's got a quad stack that he's about to fly up, and this will now be possibly even level 4 that he will get from this. 6 napalm stacks, they all just
should be almost level 5 because he's high into level 2 right now.
So level 3, how much do we get? The big boy still have to fall, so he's going to crack 4.5.
Yeah. A little bit more than 4.5.
Yep.
If they decide to give Phonic this neutral camp, the middle neutral camp that's 3 stack, he can get to level 6. I don't know if they want to do that or want to save that for Kavost.
I think they want to save it for a Vost. Because if you look at a Vost build, actually no they don't. Look at a Vost build.
Yeah.
He's gone 3 points concoction as opposed to the acid spray. It's almost like they're preparing to push this bottom lane and then fight.
Yep. And that's the stack failed this time. They couldn't stack the last. So
yeah, it's basically as big as it's going to get over there. The tree line makes it really difficult to stack that camp more than it already is.
Yep. So Phonic gets the level 4, almost level 5. He's going to go regen, get again the bottle. But if I tell you, if he clears that camp, he's level 6, and he's really close to his Blink Dagger because he has 1200 right now. Of course, he will not have a boots. But if you can get a really, really early Blink Dagger, then suddenly you can do whatever you want.
You know, I said the tiptoeing, the fastest Torius on the mid lane. Danny phase boost just completed. Bottles flying out for him as well. In fact, he could have picked up. Whoa. S4 has a phase shift. He just used the orb to escape.
Yep.
His bottle's on the way in on the courier right now.
He really needs it because he has 0 mana.
Look at Dandy. It's like, okay, here's my creep, and here's my angle of attack I'm searching for. And S4 walks right bang into the middle of it almost. Even with a quick TA trap, but Dandy doesn't have mana to really dive this. But he does have support coming. Puppy is walking. Whoa, Dandy, he's back behind the tower, and Kora's in here too. They want the shackle. The creep is not there in position. There's a mini shackle though, and now support comes in. EGM with a pickup. RK is there, the troll trap, and he's way too deep. Way too deep. And the ward. Wait, how do they see that? It's in the range of the tower.
Kuroki knows that Bulldog is there, but he has a haste rune, so he's fine.
Yeah. Man, but that is Na'Vi just going... I can understand why they wanted to do it, but they had to realize you're diving a tier 1 tower with a TA who didn't have mana for refraction as well as Meld. Like, the Warlord just came into. She was not prepared for that fight straight away.
Yeah. And now, well, a little bit of advantage for S4. He really needs that in that lane, otherwise the Templar Assassin will snowball out of control.
Look at the overall advantage. Like, it's 1,500 going the way of Alliance as far as experience, and 1,000 in the gold. This is a gold advantage.
Well, the gold advantage is a tower.
Yeah.
The gold advantage is just a tower.
True.
But the experience advantage is a lot.
But the fact that gold advantage is still there when you're running a, like, this is a 52 blast hits. It's only level 2 Greevil's Greed, so okay, fair enough on that one. And now it becomes a level 3. But you're keeping up with the money, which means Chen's working overtime. We're going to level 6.5 Chen from Arche in the jungle, compared to the level 3, almost 4 Enchantress in the jungle.
And that is actually the big difference, because while Chen was just worrying on getting levels and a little bit of gold, Enchantress Puppy was trying to actually help the mid lane.
Yep.
He was rotating so much and stacking that he didn't get as much fun as he wanted. And they're giving this camp to Funnick.
Okay.
And this camp to Funnick, he's already level 6, so he's gonna have fun. He will not be able to kill those mad golems, unfortunately, but it will still be enough for him to get to level 7 and almost his dagger.
Kuro's finally come into this lane and try and push AdmiralBulldog back. AdmiralBulldog doesn't have a single last hit, but he doesn't care. He has levels. Look at this damage he can just dish out to Kuro and then disappear.
Yep.
They throw down a sentry, they get the vision, they clean up the Observer Ward, and now AdmiralBulldog's going to have a harder time getting that last half a level, unless his creep wave does exactly what it's done. It's out of control.
Yeah, there's no way to stop that. There's a catapult there even.
Yep.
That's going to push. He can stay a little bit closer. He knows the range. He knows the range.
Yep.
Walks a little bit closer and he will be getting the levels.
Notice to a force build. He starts off with Phase Boost. Now we get the 1 level up in the Toxic Spray. But I'm wondering if this is going to be... Yeah, it is. It's a fighting Alchemist with a Shadow Blade.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking normally he went a hand of items because he knows he can like push out the advantage. But I'm pretty sure Na'Vi knows Alliance wants to fight.
This time it's a Chen Harpy.
Yep.
That's going to stop the push pretty decently.
But then you get a tornado as well from the Enchantress. Lightning versus wind. The ultimate battle of the elements.
Who will win? We'll see it next episode. Coming to you this fall on KB2. Yeah.
Anyways, the tower is still standing. AdmiralBulldog is getting levels. He is level 6 right now. It's almost level 7 actually, because there's so much push in this lane. And he's actually tanking the tornado a lot. Yes,
I'm a little bit worried about the middle lane for Alliance. Like, we get Blink Dagger up in 100 gold for Funnick.
So Warlord has a
Gang's coming mid. Gang's coming mid. Dandy's going to be picked up. The Dream Coil's already gone down too, and they try to throw him far enough away that it triggers it, and he can't meld. He couldn't get away from that. Good gank in mid. Arche is the one to get the kill on that, but they'll lose this tier 1 tower on the bottom lane for it.
Yeah. That's a fair trade. Still a good trade for both teams. You want to stop Dandy from fighting.
It's a trade to get S4 space.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. He doesn't have money at all. Like, this is a 25 for 3 puck up against a 54 for 31. That's 31 denies up against a range hero. Sentry Wards are down. They can see Loader. Centaur Stomp says, stay! Stay, boy.
It's fine. It's going fine for them. Loda has the Shadow Blade, and it's a really fast Shadow Blade. Yeah, but he's an Alchemist. You understand that the boss will have a 10-minute Shadow Blade.
And now with a haste ring, but he wants to save it. This is now for a Batrider who has the Blink Dagger flying out to him. He's bolted up a haste rune. You couldn't ask more for Na'Vi to try and set up a gank here.
Na'Vi, they're at the moment where they're the strongest right now. They have Blink Dagger, the new Blink Dagger on the Batrider, the new Shadow Blade on Alchemist. They can potentially have a haste rune as well. Well, they have it. And Dandy is, of course, very, very strong. He doesn't have his Blink Dagger yet, but there's no need for that because there's already Batrider. So if Na'Vi decides to engage right now, Alliance will have to be very careful, otherwise they can potentially team wipe, and if they team wipe, it's 2 towers gone.
Oh, Batrider's on the hunt. TA trap instead of Roshan, thought he was there. EGM, he's walking around with refraction. And
there
Blink
you go.
Lasso, he got it before the refraction went up, and then meld hit. Oh, Dendy! He didn't hit it with the meld, and now the Hand of God will go. EGM's gonna have life to survive this, but then again he pulls Dendy and closes to him. One more hit!
No, he's still
He
the
can't
coil.
get it! They've got to go back! The coil went down, and now Dendy, he's there in fighting in the middle, but he wants S4. Remember, A International! EGM! Refraction is up! Meld hit, he tries to return the bolt, and he tagged Rubick, got him! EGM lives! The troll from Poppy was also having a crack at him, and he just couldn't get through the refraction. But it all came down. The meld hit never connected.
No, he couldn't connect that match. He was a little bit far away. S4 came immediately with the coil. Then suddenly the tables were turned. EGM wanted to, and that's the problem. Sometimes when you see a hero with solo health, especially a squishy hero like Rubick, you tunnel vision into it, and you're like, just one more hit and I can kill it, and then I can focus on these other two guys that are hitting me.
Yep.
But he kept himself out of range. He had the refraction all the time, used it on cooldown, and suddenly Alliance are 4-0, and Navi, which seemed to be the really strong team because they had all these items going on for them, they couldn't pick off a lone support, and they paid for it with 2 there.
Yep. So now, up the middle, we have almost all of Na'Vi there. Poppy is the one straggling back. He's picking up a new creep and a Vorst concoction. He's gonna hit! S4! Boom! Boom! Boom!
And Navi is now on the scoreboard.
Yes! It took a meld hit, a power shot, and a point-blank rage concoction to the face. Now, EGM and Arcade visible because of this Firefly.
Lasso.
And
He has
again,
Big Dagger.
you got TA traps. Goes down, Dendy, being stunned up and held. Now the
Shackle.
Shackle. It's on EGM, but they can't get in
Funny,
close
what
to
are
do
you
the
doing,
damage.
Funny?
There's acid spray down everywhere. Funny gets way too close in, and Chen's going to nuke him down. And at the same time, Puppy, he ran in straight behind him. It's a double kill for Arcade. And this will be Tier 1 Tower 2 because there's been a DD up on the puck the entire time.
As I said before, this is something that Navi can't afford right now. The way this lineup is built, if you lose a team fight, you're going to lose a tower. They only lost 2 heroes, and that will cost 1 Tier 1 tower.
And even look at a Voss, he's given up on this. He's like, okay, we're going to lose Tier 1 Tower mid, accept this guys and just move the crap back.
Dandy is now tracked, so there's no meld for him.
Yep.
At least not a defensive meld. Dandy is getting close to that Blink Dagger. If he tries to go for it, but at this point I don't think it's worth it to actually go Blink Dagger and Templar.
No. In this game, it's all about the fighting, it's all about the control. I kind of almost want him to go on Mana style, just to break the track, but I've got a feeling it's also kind of going to be a BKB, because Alliance still have nothing that really goes through a BKB, and that's the important thing. Unless they manage to steal Lasso, he can move freely during the fights and during well, anywhere, and then you get that up on both the TA as well as the Alchemist. You're looking good then. And the Alchemist is straight back to his farming. And he does still have the highest net worth, only by 300, but it's there. And jump in. Funnick, he lashed on EGM, dragging him back. Dendy, too far away. Telekinesis picked up.
Okay, that's going to be annoying.
Yeah.
It's not the most useful spell to have, but it's really, really annoying because he can pop a couple traps in the runes and suddenly you have room control forever the rest of the game. You never know. Now there's a region rune there.
Puppy's going to deny it. No,
Puppy is denying every single region rune. It's like he doesn't want anyone else to
see him move the troll Warlord over. He's like, yeah, I know S4's going to try and come and kill me. So keep him away. Centaur, fake the first, fake the second, hit the third, and the minion army almost blocks S4, forcing him to walk around him.
Now,
and that time Alchemist, now he'll fall back. The track is on him, so the Shadow Blade's not as effective. And he may just TP out from this. Yeah, there he goes. Alchemist heading top. He's got to go where the farm is right now.
Yeah, they don't need him into the fight right now. I mean, they are willing to sacrifice 1 tower or 2 if that means a little bit extra. Because if you think about it, 1 crypt rate for Dwarf, normally it's about 250 gold, but for him, it's almost double that.
Yep.
So him getting a full crypt wave for a tower, it's almost a fair trade. It's 1,000 gold to the other team, but 500 gold for the carry. And 500 gold for the carry is more important than 200 gold to each of the other guys. So this actually is good for the boss right now. He wanted to go for this aggressive build. He's going for the BKB. He knows he has to fight, but not before that. As you said before, Alliance has nothing that goes to the BKB. And at that point he will be scary. But right now he needs a little bit more.
He did. He went for the blink.
Oh.
He went for the blink.
Well, it is Dendy after all.
true.
I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 4 stuff after this.
As he said on day 1 of this land final, Dendy likes maneuverability here, as he doesn't like to stay in one position for long.
Yep, that's how it goes. And now Alliance gets a 15 minutes, almost 16 minutes roll shot.
Yeah.
That goes on low then.
Yeah.
And they can fight now. Dendy has his Blink Dagger, and the rest of Navi is trying to get that top tower with the boss. It wasn't being debated, but now Dendy shows himself up. They know everybody's there. If these two are here, all the other rest of Navi is here in the tower. Will
Courier
they defend?
coming in, there's the dust. Funnick felt presence. And he already threw out the dust, so now they've only got dust over on Avost. But Avost, as soon as they fall back, loader, he's in there. Dream
Nice
ball 3 from S4! And Kuro, as well as Avost, I almost instantly, Puppy, there's a flameway Trump by some space, but Denny being picked up, thrown back. They've gone through his refraction charges. The meld even being stolen by EGM, doing huge damage, horrible negative armor. And Puppy is on the run with very little chance of survival here. But then again, he's got enough movement speed to get away.
Yeah, he's fine. Those threats are saving his life right now. GM is really slow. It's not going to get close to him. But it's not enough right now. Alliance, they won this team fight single-handedly. It's 9-1 for them, and it seems to be a storm to hit right now at the moment. There's nothing the Navi can do. And it's surprising because they do have the heroes, and they do, of course.
Kuro, blink in, silence, track. They got the movement speed, the orb over the top. The range access too far away, but Bounty Hunter, one last Shuri tossed up the hill connects. And that's going to be Windrunner on the sideline. The tier 2 tower going down. And now flying in is the drums recipe and a new mithril hammer for Loader. And they got Avost troll trapped. Funnick, you can't fight this without a Windrunner shackle as well. Or maybe he will. Silence was there, but he still drags him down. There's a stop by Avost. They take EGM out as the first one, which now means Loader has a field day. The nuke's out by Chen. Picks up the Enchantress. So it becomes a 1-for-1 trade.
It's a good trade for Navi right now because they really need the kill. This is only their second kill of the game.
Commitment to try and pick off the army of Chen. Shackles hitting, Denny sideblade, S4 jumps in, and another 3-man coil, and Avost completely revealed out, over to Dendy, dust out by Funnick. At least they can see dmiralBulldog moving, but Dendy, he can't move anyway. Funnick will TP out of this one. He gets out to safety, but there's new tracks coming out too, so they already know what's happening inside of Navi's defense. But they don't need to push him. They're going to tier 2 mid.
This is a massacre. This is a massacre. This doesn't look like the Navi we always see. I mean, as I said, they have the heroes, they have the skill, they have the enemy, but they're committing so many mistakes. And S4 with the coils, every single time he's 3 or 4 heroes. He's being amazing so far. There's no way
Puppy, again.
Look at that.
Jump in, evades the shackle as well with a phase shift, and troll Warlord. Well, there goes Enchantress's life. And the tier 2 tower in the mid. Without the troll ulti. Kuro looking for another shackle. This time he'll latch it, but there's no follow through.
Can you do? It's just a small power shot.
And even a Vlad's for the bounty. It's, oh man.
An Alchemist, he has no place to farm.
Nope.
He has no money for the BKB.
Yep.
Dendy has a Blink Dagger, which is really nice if you're playing offensive, but if you're playing on the back foot, a Blink Dagger is useless for you. So, I don't know what Navi can do right now. They have to hope for Alliance to make mistakes because they can't win this based on skill alone. Alliance is way too far ahead at the moment. You don't want to watch the gold and the XP. You really don't want to watch that because it's crazy ahead for Alliance. And the Bounty Hunter means every single fight they have, that advantage will get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So, what can Navi do? They can't split push. They don't have Furion. I really want Navi to win right now, but I can't find how. It seems to be Alliance game, so let's wait and see if they make any mistake.
Looks like my prediction's going to be right for today.
Wow.
I'd say wow like you're that surprised.
That's the first one.
Oh, the low blow to the testicles. Avost back to farming again though. He does have his BKB. Like, great. Now, maybe TP into fight. If he doesn't get grabbed the second he arrives. Tier 2 tower's gone. They got to fight from high ground. S4 jumps in again. He finds Funnick already caught out. Kuro was looking for another shackle and he moves up high, but already they've lost. Funnick.
Yep, and he was track gold as well.
He has buyback available, and he will have to use it.
He has to.
Yep. If they lose this out right now, trading a tier 1 tower in the mid lane for Avost, Their tier 3 tower and bot not worth it. There's your buyback. Havor's TP back. Shackle hits on Loader, but there's tracks already up on Enchantress. They know what's coming their way. So Loader backs up a little bit more. S4 deep inside the base. A Centaur from the Enchantress moving forward there and going to look for a follow-up stun. And got a lot of heroes together to stun on Bulldog. They need this kill to force the BKB. He's got no chemical range for this fight, and they can't pick off dmiralBulldog. It's a double kill. It's GG. They lost so many heroes in that fight. They bought him back, but they did not have the skills to pay the bills or even survive the fight long enough to see the account. 20-2 in game number 3. The players will shake hands. Each side gave each other bruises during this matchup. But again, we've seen a best of 3 winners bracket final. Alliance take the cheese.
It's just like at the International 3. This feels like watching the same movie again, but with some new heroes and some new strategies. The end game was when Alliance played what they knew how to play, they dominated. That first game was kind of a fluke. They tried to go for this Zeus strategy.
Yep.
Really nice. I know that Alliance loves to get the public coins for them, especially when they go in adversity. Yep. They did it in China when they went there. They did that in the first game. They went for a level 1 Roche in that strat that we all know and no one can stop.
Yep.
So they like to do that thing. It didn't work. If it had worked for them, I would say that half the people here would start cheering for Alliance right now, because that's the kind of thing that makes you want to cheer for a team.
Yep.
Them trying crazy stuff and working for it. But it didn't work. They went back for the basics. They went back to the S4 pack, which is now 5-0 after the International, the Dream Coil $1 million. I mean, it's just really, really hard to stop Alliance when they're focused, and
Yep.
today they were on fire. So Navi, they will have to face Empire now.
Yeah, maybe.
It's going to be a...
Maybe. The
Oh, sorry,
prediction would be
Empire
that.
versus Roxy's. I thought...
Yeah,
Okay,
that's coming up tomorrow, guys. I was actually just checking the schedule. So coming up tomorrow for Dota 2 at 15 CEST, you'll have the lower bracket round 1. Now, that's going to be Team Empire going up against Roskis. So the Russian versus Russian matchup. The winner of that will play directly after that up against Na'Vi. So we eliminate 2 teams tomorrow, and then we come back. Make sure it's booked in your calendars. Definitely book it in your calendars. 18 CEST this Sunday. Drop everything you're doing and watch this live stream over here at Join Dota Red. We're going to be streaming out the rest of your matches. We may also do the Counter-Strike match later on tonight. Follow us over on Twitter and Facebook to find that out. So your stats man Bruno over on Twitter, and you can follow me on both Facebook as well as Twitter. TobiWan Dota. Thanks for watching, guys. Rebroadcast coming up shortly, but for now, we're going to have ourselves a bit of a chill session. In fact, I think also Alliance may be doing an interview shortly with the Starlighter guys.
Oh, really?
And we may patch that one through.
That's
so
cool.
Stay tuned on the live stream if you want to stay tuned for that. See you soon.